Hey everybody, it's Tanya here. Welcome to Tanya's Tasteful Table. And today I want to tell you or discuss with you how I started my cleaning service in 2015 and I got my first 5 clients in 30 days. Okay, so it's not as bad as you think. What I did, how I got started is I worked on this government project. And once it was over about late February. And so I wanted to brainstorm and decide what am I going to do next. I did not want to do that type of work, anytime soon. So I did some brainstorming and we had someone do some work in our house. A gentleman came. He was like, God, this house is amazing. You ought to see some of the homes I have to go into. Do you do this for a living? And I'm like, no. He said, you ought to. He says, if you ever think about it, give me your card. I'll take your card and I can refer you over to other people for work. And I'm like, okay. So I just put it in the back of my brain, and thought about it. And then like a week went by and I'm like, I really don't have any ideas of what I want to do. I want to do something where I can earn some money quick. I got my last little check and we got a bonus check. So I'm like, I only want to spend on this business, whatever I do, all I have was like $300 that I wanted to devote to that type of business. So it came back to me what the gentleman said. So I just started researching, went on YouTube. And in 2015, that's when I first got a smartphone. Before that, I just had little flip phones. So I got a smartphone. So I was able to start, pulling up stuff and my world just opened up. And I typed in like self-employment. And in 2015, I like Glendon Cameron. I don't know if you know him. I want to give him a shout out. Because I was Glendon Cameron, and it was AJ Simmons and Fabio Hart. They came up, and it was like they were like, you can make a living without a job. I'm like, oh God, they're talking to me. There's other people out there that are so that are so geared towards being an entrepreneur and self-employment. So, and Fabio Hart and AJ Simmons, they're in the cleaning business. And Glendon Cameron, he's entrepreneurship. So I listened to all of them. I'm like, God, that's me. That's me. I'm just so, a self-employed type person. So I just started, educating myself, and so I'm going to, okay, I said, what they're saying sounds good. The cleaning business, because since I got married, I've had to clean more than I've ever had to clean in my life. So I might as well see if I can make a living out of it. So I brainstormed and researched, and I said, okay, yeah, that sounds good. So I said, I'm going to give myself 30 days to decide if I want to launch. So that's my tip number 1 is brainstorm, research, and okay, if you get enough information, okay, yeah, sounds good. Okay, then proceed. Then start. I like to think of my name first of all. Well, no, you can think of the name, but decide what type of client do you want to market towards. Who is your ideal client? And I decided, because I was a licensed cosmetologist for 15 years. I said, I know the demands and what they need to keep their salons up to par. So I said, okay, yeah, barbershops and beauty salons and med spas and spas. That's my target market. Okay, so I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so now what name? What is the name you want? What do you want? What name do you want to evoke? I said this in my other video. And but now due to everything being online and search engine optimization, you can't really be as cutesy. You need to make sure you have cleaning service or maid service in the name. And so, think of a name. If you want Sparkle Clean or Made for You, or those really they're cute, but do something maybe like Paulding County Cleaning Service, or Green Clean, something like that. Okay, so the next, research the legal requirements. If you're going to do houses, if you're going to do businesses, daycare centers, like I said, when I started, my specialty was barbershops and beauty salons. Okay, so now I'm kind of going to skip, because you really are interested in an EIN number and all that stuff until you can realize how can you get clients. And in 30 days, I got 5 clients. And let me tell you what I did. Once I decided on my name and sought the legal requirements. Do you need a business license in your county? LLC, insurance, find that out. Go to the website. If you're in Texas, corporations department, whatever department it is in your state, pull up the website and educate yourself, read about it. Okay, I decided I'm going to do businesses and barbershops and beauty salons and braid shops and stuff like that. And so I went to Vistaprint and I got my business cards, and I got a magnet for my car, and I didn't make up a flyer, I made up a worksheet, and I listed all of the services that I would be offering. Now, and I stayed local. And to this day, I've been in business for 5 years. To this day, all of my clients are within 10 miles. So I'm your neighborhood cleaner. And everyone that you know should know that you are in the cleaning business. People I skate with knew I was in the cleaning business. My neighbors, I put my business on the our neighborhood website. My neighbors know I clean. Some people, when I was in the salon business, I let them know. And so people were referring me. And I know this is the digital age, and I know everyone's into apps and everything. But the person that got the most business for my business was me. I went to the barbershops one by one and just introduced myself. Hi, my name is Tanya. I'm a retired cosmetologist, and I'm in the area. And so I just want you to know that you have a cleaning service in your area, and I know how to keep you state board compliant. And here's my card, and here's my worksheet. And, so they got to see me, talk to me, and get my vibe, and I left something with them. And each day I said, I'm going to meet 20 people a day. So for like 20 days, I went out every day. And if I was in a beauty salon, or if I was in line at the, because just think, I'm in my area. I'm in where I dwell. If I was in the grocery store, I handed out, hi, I have a cleaning service. I'm your neighbor. Yeah. If you ever need a cleaning service or someone in your family. So, I'm giving you this video because it's March, and I launched my business in April, and I gave myself 30 days. I gave myself all of March. I'm going to just research, brainstorm, come up with a plan, get out and market. And by April 15th, I had my first client, which was a barber shop up the street. And Ends up he's from my hometown, and other barbers that I used to work with were working in there. And so the owner wasn't in there the day I was in there, but I dropped my stuff off, and the other barbers were like, yeah, and they needed help. So that was my first client. And then I went down, and then it seems like the barbers took to me more than the beauty salons. So I got 2 other accounts. And then I posted my information on care.com. And then I got a lady about 10 miles away. She called me and talked to her, over the phone. And then also I had my own website too. Not only was I on care.com, people saw me on, nope, wasn't on Instagram yet. I had my own website. Okay, so they felt more comfortable, and they knew I've been here in this city 30 years. I'm a local. I know this area. So these were new moms that were new to the area. So I'm a resident here, long-term resident. And so, they felt comfortable with that. So I did her house. And then for every 2 weeks, she was my client for 4 years up until the pandemic. All of my clients, every client that I got in 2015 were still my clients up until the pandemic. And everyone's just, on hold. No one has fired me yet. I haven't fired them. We're just kind of on pause. Okay, so then people in the barbershop started getting better reviews after I started cleaning. The barbers felt more comfortable. And then some of the barbers, their clients, started hiring me. And, I didn't charge him a lot, even though I should have charged him more. But sometimes when you're just starting out, someone has faith in you, just, give them a good rate. So like the initial cleaning was $200 the first time I went in there. And that's with all of my clients. The first time I go into their house, they need help. It's normally like $200 up to $300 the initial cleaning. Then after that, I might charge like $100 for the houses, $125 every 2 weeks. So it's like $250 a month to clean their houses. Okay. So just telling you this how it snowballs. And then the first lady that I did her house, then she started telling people in her neighborhood, and they started hiring me. And they were all young moms, new to the city, and they felt very comfortable with me, and I enjoyed them. And so, I've been very spoiled because I've only had to travel 10 miles. I had great clients. It's been word of mouth. So it's like I'm really not comfortable with dealing with like a lot of new people. So, and then I got a commercial client that he's still my client to this day. A friend of mine referred me to this small business owner, and still my client today. So that's just, you come, you're professional, you do a walkthrough, you explain your services, and give them a worksheet, let them know what services you offer, and it could be very lucrative. So that was in my first month. So I probably made maybe $1,200 the first month. Next month I made more each. So I'm just saying that you can work 20 hours a week maximum, make $500 a week. If you're doing like a deep clean, the first initial clean, you're going to make maybe $200 to $300 for that account. Then every month after that, give them 2 weeks of cleaning, $250 each, so that's how, it grows and grows and grows. And I'm different than a lot of other ones because I don't want employees. I tried that. I don't mind creating a job for myself because we're going to have to work somewhere anyway. You can work for someone else or you work for yourself. I'd rather work for myself. So no employees because I don't want to spend my days that's stressful to me. That's not my gift to track down people, go behind people. And, people come, you say they want a job, you train them, you explain the requirements, and then you pay them, and you still got to motivate them. And so, no employees. So I work up to 20 hours a week. I only do one house a day. I work from 10 to 2, like Monday through Thursday. So, you have to decide who are you going to work with? So I have my barbershop clients, I have a small business client, and then I had houses, all within 10 miles, all under 3,000 square feet. I work from 10 to 2, and my services are, 125 per or more per visit. Okay, and you can also, go to daycare centers, your beauty salons, go to dialysis centers, banks. And as far as getting supplies, I got my supplies at Home Depot, and I'll do another video on that. I'll do a what's in my kit video. I just wanted to come on here really quick today. And probably I would budget initially to get a vacuum cleaner and all that stuff, maybe $100. Now with COVID, I only use their, and I use, I don't take anything home. I use their vacuum, and I always did. If someone has a pet, we use your vacuum, but you might want to keep something in your car because some people don't maintain their equipment like you would. I've gone to houses and their vacuum cleaner's broken, so at least I'll be able to get through the service. I have something there. But, get a vacuum cleaner, some good quality brooms and dusters and all that good stuff. Get some liability insurance.